I'm Real Genetic Demon, and this is What's on the Tape, Season 15, Volume 1. I'm back. I'm sorry about last week. It was a child's birthday, I'm afraid, so I couldn't really do What's on the Tape and child's birthday, especially I had people staying over and all kinds of things. So, I just wanted to show you, in front of me, there is a bundle. I got a bundle of tapes, Spectrum tapes, while you've been away. So I've got a load of exciting things that are copied. Now, I have not a bad feel. I have a good feeling about these because somebody used this. This came with it as well. This thing is called Spy, and basically Spy allows you to copy or make special copies of games with this thing called 007 Spy. That's 48k games, and on the other side, that's for 16k games. And what it does is it allows you to load up, there's the instructions here, properly written, this is the original program as well, from the original writer, allows you to actually sort of make a sort of copy of the game, and see it's bent over there, lovely, and allows you to make a copy of the game, and obviously it says seriously damage your wealth, when be careful about doing copyright things, but it allows you to copy the game accurately and record it back with the recorder, which means there's a good chance that this big pile of stuff that all came from the same person has been done with that. So, without messing around too much, I'm not sure how I'm going to do this. I'm just going to move them slowly. Hang on. You stay there. I'm just going to move these. You can't see me moving these off camera, but they're getting moved. Promise you, they're moving. I'm moving. Let's move. Let's see if I can move them far enough. I've dropped the light. Oh dear, it's all going wrong. It's What's on the Tape at its best, at its finest. Oh my god, I'm knocking the camera now. What's on the Tape at its finest is always a bit of a disaster, isn't it? You never know whether we're going to R-tape error the whole thing or not. Anyway, right, so lights are still there. Here we go. So these are the two that I picked out of that bundle. They're not very long, so I'm hoping that we can get through them fairly easily. So this one completely sort of goes. I don't know. Just something about it sort of strikes me as interesting. I have put in a tape player. It does have Spectrum sounds on it, but it's very, very blank. And I don't know whether it's blank intentionally or whether there was a cover on it. It looks like there may have been a cover on it once upon a time, and it's just blank. But it's the only one that's like that amongst that bundle. It's sort of like somebody's actually done something with it. So I kind of like that one. That one struck me. And there's some voices on the other side, so we're going to have a listen to that one. And the other one, just because it's back, we started the season again. We're going to go with some classics that almost always turn up. I found a C15, a John Menzies C15 with Horace Goes Skiing and Horace and the Spiders on. So good old John Menzies. Look at this. John Menzies of the UK, manufactured and designed in the UK. There we go, a John Menzies tape. So I found a nice John Menzies tape. It says it's on side 1. It's just the two of those. So maybe I've got something else on side 2. Everything on this particular collection, this bundle I picked up, has something recorded on it. So there's tons and tons and tons of stuff. But anyway, without further ado, we'll get that into a tape drive. Okay, so the tape is in the drive, so we'll go down our favourite. We'll go down load dit. So here we go. Load dit, or load speech marks. There we go. We've put that in. And let's push the button on this rather strange tape. So this is the one that came in that sort of slightly bluey, sort of school book kind of colour. You know how you used to get those school books they used to give you when you were a kid, you know, with the lines in them and you used to do things. Oh, Super Draw. Right, okay, we've got Super Draw first. I don't know what Super Draw is, but it's loading. I'm hoping for good things on this because this came with Spy, and that really means that somebody's actually recorded and re-recorded them. So rather than tape to tape and the old ghetto blaster as we did back in the day, do you remember that? We used to call them ghetto blasters. Did you know, that's so weird, isn't it? I mean, I suppose it's not even politically correct nowadays to call them ghetto blasters, I suppose. But anyway, so you had your tape-to-tape stereo system that you had, where you had the sort of, we could copy from one to the other, and we used to do it all the time. You know, we did. There's no denying it. I remember my friend had one. It was like black, and it had like sort of like 5 watts. And then we had. Do you remember the other thing that we had? We had. What were they called? Graphic equalizers. Do you remember graphic equalizers where you can move all the little bits up and down and adjust the sound? And let's be honest, bass and tone pretty much does it. But that's what we had, you know, sort of that kind of thing. Right, okay. Draw a new picture. I think we need to draw a new picture. Okay. What's happening? Oh. Oh. I push 9. So do we up and down work? This isn't going very well. A rate save picture. No, I don't really want save picture. Break. No, I don't record. I'm recording the picture. It's recording the picture, so you'd be basically push the record button at this point, and you'd be able to record your picture. It's not going to happen though. Oh, I can break it. Let's list it. Let's see if we can see what's in here. Straight away breaking the whole thing. There's HR16, a video software limited. Oh! Oh! Now, this is interesting, and I forgot to add this to the whole thing when I was originally doing the sort of video for it, if that makes sense. So the beginning bit, the beginning. There's a picture on my on the channel actually. If you have a little look at the YouTube channel, the community section, you'll see in there's a picture of my sort of pre-recording thing. Now, during that, I had this little bit which allowed me to sort of I had this little bit where I showed what I'd got. And one of the things that came with... I'm going to walk away from the mic. Hang on a second. I'm just going to run over and get it. Just run over and get it. Just getting it now. Got it. Right, so this makes sense now. This makes sense. And have I found something interesting here? What I've got in front of me is I've got this thing called... Because is this video software limited? I do. Right, I have this effectively... A to Z 0 and 1, so it's an A to Z, and basically it's got 0, 1 extra on it, and then it's got 0 to 9, and then 0 to 9 again down, which basically fits the same of the size of the screen. And it's called a video planning chart, and basically it's by the video software people who were in Stour Lane, Stourbridge, in the Midlands, and there's a telephone number there for them, and it's basically a grid. It's like a graph paper for it. I'll tell you what I'll do as it's such a strange thing. I'll put a picture of it on the Twitter posts, and I'll put it on the community thing actually. So tomorrow, so you can see. Well, not tomorrow. When you see this, it'll be there on the community thing. This is the thing that comes with it. I think this is the bit of software that's called H16. I'm not entirely sure what it's about. I might have to do a bit of research on this, or in fact, I'll let you do some research on it, because I know that you'll just go out and find this. So H16, is this uncommon? Is this rare? Have I found a missing in action? One of these days it's going to happen. You do know that, don't you? One of these days I'm going to find a missing in action. So this is where we're at on the screen again. And that makes sense, because these are the number of things across the screen. Enter. You'd think I'd be able to print something in there, wouldn't you? I can move up and down with the cursor keys, but I can't seem to do anything. Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. Right, okay, let's see what else is on here. I have a feeling we found something new here, something interesting, something different, something not the normal. I'm hoping that wasn't the only thing on the tape, to be honest with you. There was definitely other things when I recorded it, when I tried to test it, sort of listening to it. I started to put it in a tape recorder and just like forward and go over the top of things to listen. So these alphanumeric characters, alphabet. Right, okay. I'll tell you what I'll do. So we'll rewind to the beginning, and we'll see if we can load and see what happens with this alphabet array. Let's do that. It's interesting. I always find this interesting when we can find things that are slightly different than the norm. The things that you don't expect to be out there. It's good stuff. It's clever stuff. We'll see what happens when we load this. But as I say, it came with this grid thing for it. Sorry, coffee. I had coffee, by the way. You've missed me. I missed the coffee. I was like so desperate for a cup of coffee there that I did it. We've been out for a little bit to the old DIY store. And bought nothing because it was far too expensive, so we're going to get it off eBay instead. Things like handles for window doors and things like that. And it's like, really? Honestly, £5 for a handle? I don't think so. I'm not paying that kind of money. I'm far too cheap. I've got Spectrum games to and a habit to deal with. At least I'm not a hit squad collector. Those guys, they must be shaking right now when the lack of the hit squads that are out there, the big hitters, that is. Right, okay, let's load large alphabet. Yes, let's do that. I don't know what that means, but we'll try it, because that's obviously what's next on this tape. Let's load the large alphabet. Superdraw 16. That's what it's called, Superdraw 16. Anybody heard of it? I have a feeling it's not that common, and I think it's quite common. I think the most common part about it is probably what I've got here, which is the pieces of grid paper for it. I think is probably the most common thing for it. Literally, I don't know what it is. Load pictures in sequence 4. Load next picture. Load a named picture. Load next picture 3. Let's see if we can find a picture. I'm hoping this is a picture. Low res. Sounds good. Aha! Here we go. Here's our first picture. We're loading low res. Got a little bit of... this is square blocks, you see. Very square blocks. Is this the map of England? I think it is. There's... Well, I say it's a map of England. It's kind of the bottom part of England, isn't it? It's sort of like Wales and England and a bit of... Oh, we may even have a bit of France here. I think we're going to go that far down, aren't we? Southern England using low-res graphics. So basically it's a low-res graphics creator. It's a sort of a... you know, that to be fair though, like on the scale of things, do you wish to amend? No. On the scale of things, that is very much the kind of teletext style graphics, or even the ones where you've got the weather presenter in front of it back in the 80s, you know, that kind of thing. That's the kind of level we're actually at with that. Let's see what else we've got on here. Let's press enter and see if there's anything else we can load, see if there's more pictures. So I think this is what we've got, Super Draw. I've not seen this one before. I know for a fact you're all quickly Googling it and going to tell me in the comments below what it is, but I'm going to see what other pictures are on Super Draw. Hopefully there's something more titillating than the south of England. You never know. Brace yourselves. It's probably Annika Rice or something like that, isn't it? In you know, treasure hunting or something similar, running up things with the cameraman parked behind his oh, the wife is shouting that Annika is back with her behind. So she's apparently she was challenging Annika, but that wasn't challenge Annika. It was the treasure hunt where it was up the. No, we're now debating whether or not it's challenge Annika or whether it was red treasure hunt. Without a doubt, there was a treasure hunt. It's back apparently. That's it. Hang on, we're getting the debate. I'll explain to you in a second because she can't hear her. She used to get buildings done with charity. Wasn't that the expatriate model? What she called Melissa? Melinda Messenger. That's the one. Challenge Annika did the same thing. I can't believe that we've got a high-res version of the south of England. I was hoping for something more exciting than that. Oh well, there we go then. Exciting stuff for those from not from the UK. It was I don't know, what do you call it? It was one of those challengey sort of TV programs, wasn't it? It was little make yourself better sort of bits and pieces. But I certainly remember Treasure Hunt. She had a helicopter and a man with a camera that used to drive, you know, right up her behind. That's what he used to do. And she had shell suit. Do you remember the shell suit and Annika's behind? Yeah, that's used to happen a lot. I remember that. It scarred me for life. Right, okay. Now we've got Flash Town. We'll brace yourselves, it might be better. We'll see what happens with Flash Town. We'll see what's going on. There's a lot of pictures on here. Oh no. Oh god. It's bloody south of England again, isn't it? It's the south of England with flashing towns. Look, there's Birmingham and Cambridge. Wow. Oh look, there's London, Exeter, Bristol, and Southport. Southampton. Sorry, Southport. Southampton. Southport's a bit further up. It's not even on this map. It's not allowed to be. We've only got the southern side of England. Yep. And the towns are flashing. But Cambridge is flashing. I assume for some particular reason. I assume it's something to do Sinclair related thing. Let's go on and load the next one. This is thrilling stuff. Brace yourselves for the season 15. We're going with Super Draw. That's it, Super Draw 16. That's where we are with the new season. How have you all been, by the way? Sorry about I missed the other week. I didn't get to started. children's birthdays, and I really, by the time it was all finished and it was all done by the weekend, there was just no chance I was getting one recorded. So I had to stall a little bit, but it did spur me into using the community feature within YouTube. So now you get to see me on the community side of that, as well as Twitter, if you can be bothered to look at the Twitter side of it. I'm basically duplicating the bits on both sides, but it's still good. It's all good. But I never realised there was such a community feature. But the community feature only appears when you get to a certain number of subscribers. So thank you very much for being a subscriber. That you allowed me to use the community side, which is definitely a bonus, I think. So you get a little bit more from me and a little bit more feedback from me. Hopefully, if you've noticed, I've been quite busy this week with it. So feel free to chime in on there and say hello. Here we go. This is the video software. So this is what's printed on the corner of this grid paper that's there. Business and education and recreation. Awesome. No, I don't want to amend it. I don't even know how to amend it. That's the reason why I'm not amending it. Right, present. See what else is on this tape. Now, I think on the other side must be the instructions for all of this. So I'm going to let you listen to a bit of that in a second. I've got the tape deck spare, so we're all good. I hope you've got a beverage. I have got one. I've got a coffee. I'm having a. It's lovely to be back with you all drinking coffee. I've missed you the last 3 weeks. It's been a long 3 weeks. I've got back in front of the Spectrum as well. It feels like ages. Do you know something? That's what's actually happened as well. I've literally not gone back in front of the Spectrum for about 3 weeks now. This is really the first time I've actually got in front of it, which is a shame. I've done other things in the meantime, but. It's kind of I sometimes feel I just don't get in front of it, if that makes sense, to do bits and pieces. I've been on the old PC, I'm afraid, and I've been on a few other bits and pieces, but I haven't really got in front of the Spectrum until I get on Watson tape. It kind of really spurs me into action to get the Spectrum fired back up again as well. And it's one of those things because we're just having fun. You're watching Super Draw. You're watching Super Draw using a slideshow option done in the Proms. It costs £5 for Super Draw. Bargain. £5. I didn't even pay that for this lot, by the way. This entire lot of cassettes, including, I think it was the Rasputin one off the cover. There was a couple of covered discs there. This game, obviously, this Super Draw thing, and the original Spy. Now, I'm actually convinced Spy goes for £5. The whole lot actually only came in at about £9 because I had to pay for postage, obviously, because it was quite a heavy load. But other than that, it came with the racks and all of the cassettes and all the other bits and pieces, and Spy for £9. I think that was pretty much a bargain. So yeah, I've done all right, I think, with Super Draw. I actually think I think Super Draw's out here. I definitely do. I don't think there's anything special about Super Draw. I think it's here. It's there. It's in the ether. It's the one. And they're going to do a bike now. Are we going a motorcycle or are we getting a bicycle? We're getting a racer. Those are the day. Designed by a Spectrum, electric powered. Marvellous. Those front forks look a bit bent. I know they do bend, but they do look a little bit bent. Got the racer with the sort of the handles on there. I had a racer when all my friends had. I had a BMX, and then all my friends got like. Do you remember what were they called? You had the chopper, and it wasn't the chopper; it was the grifter. Do you remember the grifter? If you're old enough, you'll remember what a grifter was. A grifter was a rally, wasn't it? It was a rally grifter. All my friends got grifters with its several gears, and there I was with my BMX. So I wanted a mountain bike because everybody wanted a mountain bike at that point. You know, we all moved on to mountain bikes, and I ended up with a racer. It was all right. I mean, it was pretty fast. Let's be honest. It was a quick bike for going down the roads, but realistically, all I wanted to do was jump the bloody thing. Wasn't it? That's all we really wanted to do. I should have stuck with the BMX, but you couldn't really keep up with your mates who had the mountain bikes that could jump over things as well as go fast, which was really awkward realistically when you had a BMX with only one single gear for forward going. So it wasn't really the bike of choice, if that makes sense, for racing, going anywhere, if that made sense. But obviously you had to remember the stunt nuts you used to have. So you replaced the nuts on the front forks and the back forks, back frame. With these large ones that you could stand on, so you could put your feet on them at the back and do various stunt things. My BMX was about as heavy as, well, I don't know, roughly it weighed, I'm sure, and I don't know, I'm counting for, I mean, obviously we're talking imperial here, because there would have been imperial measurements back then. I think it was roughly 2 tons in weight, my BMX. It was not light, and I certainly remember that if you flew off it, this thing could kill anybody or anything. It was like driving a small tank, if I'm honest. It was awful, to be honest. It wasn't the best BMX. It's what my parents could afford, and I'm thank you very much for buying me a BMX. But yeah, it was a heavy BMX. It was not a light BMX at all. So these are the things that we do: beginner programming, serious programmers, moving the cursor, plotting, character modes, drawing circles. Only need 16K, full documentation, audio commentary. That's what's on the back of the tape. This is the original tape with the cover with the thing missing. I'm guessing there was a cover for this, so we have definitely found something that's been here before. Let's have one more thing, and then we'll move on to that other tape that we've got there, and we'll have a bit of the old good stuff, and get into some games, get some old games going, get the horrorsness going from the whole thing. So I noticed that the people, it's what they call themselves on Steam. It's Retro Computer Limited, isn't it? Which is RCL, and they own, I think it's Pixel, it's called, and they've been buying up licenses for all Spectrum games and various other things. I noticed that, I mean, they've had Horace Go Skiing, I think, is on there. I think Hungry Horace is on there, but I also noticed that R Diddums was on there the other day, and I almost commented on their Facebook page and say, I still can't bloody play the game. I don't understand what I'm meant to do. Everybody seems to know how to play R Diddums, bar me. I really can't. I can't really. Yeah. The ZX81, come on! Was never like this. I was never like this. Ah, ZX Spectrum. Welcome to the Spectrum. I can't do that in a good enough voice. Look at that. All them lovely colours, like a bright eyes. That's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to see. Right, okay, there's still some more on there, but I'm really, honestly, I'm not going to put you through loading any more screens on there, because I think we've done our limit on there. But I am going to turn it over, and I'm going to let you listen to some of the audio that's on here, because I'm going to turn it over, rewind it a little bit here, and we'll get it rewound, and we'll have a little bit of audio while that's doing that. Let's just get a bit of audio. Let's push the button. Push the button. Let's push the play button.
The Spectrum asks you for a colour code. Type a number from 0 to 7, followed by Enter.
Followed by Enter.
Then, press key C to select a paper colour.
So it's basically a speedable process.
Again asks you for a colour code. Type a number from 0 to 7, followed by Enter. Do not set ink and paper to the same colour unless you wish to write invisible messages.
Invisible messages?
No.
I love it. Alright, okay, well, fast forward, we'll have a bit more of him.
Key J. Now move the cursor. The information you have already typed changes colour as the cursor passes over it.
Aha!
Press key J again, and the cursor stops having this effect.
It's I have to admit that there's no sexing that up, though, is there? That's possibly the most boring thing I've ever heard in my life. I may have fell asleep if we'd listened to any more of it. So let's not worry about Super Draw, which it is, Super Draw 16. Find out what you can find out. I'm sure you will. I'm absolutely convinced of it. I know Mel's on the case already, aren't you, Mel? So I also want to give a little shout out this week, because he always comments and I don't know how the translation works when in the country he's living in, but if you're out there, Gregor, thank you very much for watching. You're always there. You're always in the comments, and I do appreciate you being here. So I appreciate everybody being here, but I appreciate Gregor being here as well, because he's doing. I know for a fact he's doing it in a different language, so it's even harder for him to sort of understand my absolute rubbish that I talk most of the time. But anyway, right, okay, let's reset this and let's see whether or not we actually do have some working Spectrum games here. Now, theoretically, these have all been made special by Spy, so maybe they won't have the loading screens. I don't know. We'll see. But we got a bit of Horace action here, and I'm hoping that the other side of the tape is chocker. Every one of these tapes, by the way, that I got on this little batch, and it was an amazing little batch that I got, was absolutely chocker with stuff. I mean, just like so much stuff. It's just unbelievable. I can't quite believe that we've got to... I love the way it's 2 skiings. Because remember back in the day, they made you do it. And it's actually case sensitive. If you put load skiing, but you did it in lowercase, it wouldn't load. But, you know, the first skiing where it was capitals. So it was actually case sensitive. But, yeah, no. But this little load of games was absolutely chocker. Anyway. What else has happened in the last few weeks? So we've obviously had a birthday party in the last few weeks. The current reigning government has had lots more parties. Drinking culture. No, I apologise. One of those things they did along the way, but anyway, so that was quite funny for nobody. And what else have we done recently? I don't know. We've been busy. I've been sort of going everywhere. Funnily enough, I was in Liverpool the other day, and I posted a picture of Heartland, which is a game by Odin Software Graphics, I think they're called. Software Graphics, yeah, or Odin Graphics Software. I don't know, one of the two. But they're in Liverpool, so they weren't too. Actually, funnily enough, I looked at their address, and they weren't too far where I actually was. So that was quite interesting. I don't remember a lot from Odin for the Spectrum. I certainly remember Heartland. I don't know what else they did for the Spec either. I don't think they did an awful lot. I think most of it went on the Commodore 64. That would tend to be the route for most of their stuff. But yeah, that was. But I just thought it was quite interesting. That was not too far away from there. Kind of. But the thing is, a lot of stuff was around that area, wasn't there? There's quite a lot of things in sort of Liverpool and Manchester, if I remember rightly. It was kind of. I don't know if it still is a heartland for. Oh, there we go. There's a pun. For gamers and game developers. I know certainly that if you go up towards Dundee and things like that, obviously you've got Rockstar, haven't you? Rockstar North are up there. That's their hidden home, if that makes sense. It's amazing they do so many Americanized games, yet they are clearly either Scottish or British, you know, or British and English and whatever else it is. And I don't mean English like that, you know what I mean? Because they're Scottish with those kind of things. Beam Software, 1982, still exist. Beam Software. I don't know where William Tang is right now, but he has a lovely last name. He's the Tang. Anyway, let's coffee quick before we ski into ambulances. This is the most dangerous game in the world. I quite like this one. I think there's millions of copies on the list of them though. It's probably my last Horace. If I had to do the Horaces in order, it would be Hungry Horace, followed by Horace and Spiders, followed by Horace Goes Skiing. And I know a lot of you be like, you can't do that. It's a classic. Yeah, I can, because Hungry Horace was the first game I ever got on the Spectrum, or the first game I learned. After Through the Wall, it was the first commercial game that I played on my Spectrum. So yeah, that's where we're at. Right, okay, let me drink coffee. Ooh. That was damn good. Damn good coffee. Let's push the button. Let's push the button and we'll do this. I always like that thing at the beginning of the screen. I always think that's a bit weird, but it's awesome at the same time. Those ambulances are the deadliest thing ever. I think this is just hardware on the back of the wagon. Oh, God. Alright. Okay. Sorry, I was a bit interrupted there by my wife performing. What are you doing out there? No answer. Oh, she's doing DIY. I did say we'd been at B&Q, but it hasn't gone very well, I don't think. Ah! I'm getting hit by ambulances. Alright. It's fine. I just heard a shout, that was all. Here we go. Right, so we get down the hill, we ski, and basically you get cash for skiing. By going through the gates. And I guarantee the gate's going to be over here. Blop, 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 blop. No, it isn't. It's going to be here, of course. You get score, sorry, for going through gates. I lie. It's the what you don't get is you get cash. When the cash is your lives, and when you run out of cash, you can't buy any more skis. So there's no skis, no cash, no ski. I think that's the answer. It says. He's a good little skier, isn't he? Do you think he'd snowboard nowadays? I think he'd snowboard. I think he'd be a snowboarder nowadays. I think Horace would most definitely be a snowboarder now. I think he's cool enough to be a snowboarder at this point. Horace Goes Snowboarding. Oh no, it'd be Horace Goes Boarding, wouldn't it? Not snowboarding. Be cooler than that. Horace is Amped. Maybe. I don't know. One of the two. I used to like Amped. Do you ever play Amped? Amped was a game on the... Was it 360, I think it was? It was quite good. I think it also came out Yes, bonus missed. I missed the bonus. Damn, missed the finish line. But yeah, I used to quite like Amped. I quite liked Cool Borders as well on the PlayStation 1. Do you remember Cool Borders? That was cool. It wasn't meant to be a pun. That was just, it was cool. And we can ski again. We're away. We're skiing. We're skiing. Horace is skiing. Now, Horace, although felt very much a Spectrum mascot, actually did holiday on the Commodore 64. Now, I can't remember which game it was. It wasn't Horace and the Spiders, was it? Was it Horace Goes Skiing that actually did it? Or was it Hungry Horace? I'm sure somebody will know in the comments. But he was a little bit of an 8-bit traitor, realistically, because I always thought he was a Spectrum icon. But then I found out that he did a game on the Commodore 64. He kind of moved homes. Became a Spectrum icon in the future. Maybe just to call him an 8-bit icon, a bit like Dizzy. He was on 16 bits, yes, but realistically, his original home was that of the 8-bit generation. Sugar. There we go. You're better off kind of moving out of the angle of that. If you're going to miss them, you just miss them in style is the answer to that. There we go. Got bonus 100 points. Excellent. I've done it again. And we get to go again. I like these repetitive games. They're quite good this way. Very arcadey. Great stuff from the Spectrum, realistically. Yeah, Dizzy was definitely an 8-bit hero. I hate to say that, for those people who don't like him. So, can we think of any more 8-bit heroes that made it across multi-generations of machines that we all kind of liked? I can't think of many. And those are the only two that really spring to my mind, to be honest with you. There's software on this side of the road. I'll try and get across again. I'll see if I can make it. Oh, God. And I did it! Made it across. I'm doing well. Don't think I've ever played Horace Goes Skiing so well in my entire life. I think I was ready for that. As I said, I got back on the Specky after 3 weeks. It's an absolute joy to be back on the machine that got me into computers, basically, as a kid. I was looking at apricots the other day. Did anybody ever see an apricot of that generation? I'm sure there was an apricot, and it must have been around the 1980-81. I think I've mentioned this before. My dad's friend ended up working in sort of the computer industry, selling them, not really doing anything with it. And he brought this apricot around, and I remember it was an orange monitor that it came with, and it was a. I don't know if it had a disk drive or anything like that, but I saw one the other day called an F1. I think that's what it was, but I can't find any real information on it. I've been looking really hard for this thing to see if I could get some information on it, but I really haven't found any. I'd like to, because it's one of those things. I don't really want one. I only basically played with it for like the afternoon or something similar. He loaned it to me. I noticed it's hardware and software across the road. Look, it's hardware on one side and software on the other. But yeah, I kind of played with it for an afternoon, and that was about the size of my sort of time with the apricot. Oh dear. And no money, no ski. It's always that ultimate thing. So there we go. William Tang again. There we go. Tang. I just love his name. I think I should change my last name to Tang. Anyway, so I just remember the apricot, and I kind of want to reminisce briefly by what it looked like and what it was. I'm pretty convinced it had like a little bass unit and a keyboard that attached to that bass unit. So I'm pretty convinced it was something quite impressive, if that's the right word for it. It was quite impressive at the time. So I don't think there was particularly any games on it from what I remember. I think it was more a business orientated thing. I think it was like, stick a printer to it. So I don't think it was quite a word processor, which I didn't. Do you know something? I didn't really realise that about that. Did anybody have an Amstrad PCW? An Amstrad PCW was when Amstrad moved on to using floppy disks, and they basically did word processors, and they came with a printer and a word processor and a way to save your documents. So you'd often had 2 3-inch floppy drives like you had in the Spectrum and the Amstrad CPC, and they often had these 3-inch drives in them. Later he changed them to, I think he did a 286 and a 386 PC, which had obviously had a hard disk in it, but. They had these drives in them, and they came with like a basic program, so you could load basic on them. So they were a computer. They genuinely were a computer. I hadn't really realised that because I think they were I think the scary bit about that was it was a word processor. It was the main thing. I mean, my dad had got one for home for work, and he'd got a 9512, so it had 512 mega memory. So that was mega memory, K memory, with this floppy disk thing in it, which you had to swap in and out when you wanted to change and save. But the extra memory in it was helpful. But I used to use it to write programs on back in the day, and I hadn't realised that in France, which it's always the French, isn't it, who do something different with things that you're not meant to do one thing with pretty much and not do anything else. I'd been using them to write games on and things like that, and I never even realised that was the thing. And they were actually quite capable of graphical output and quite capable as a sort of PC games machine, even though they were a word processor, the PCW being the word processor being the W at the end of it. And it's kind of really interesting to think that somebody actually did that with those whole things. There we go. William Tang again. He's the man. It's the William Tang. I rather like this one because it's got several sections to it. We've got the running bit. We've got the jumping between spider webs, and then we've got the jumping on everybody's head like Digger Dan. So let's go for it. So do. Then we've got to do this. Oh. And we've got to jump to that one. You always just need to jump and then drop down. Can we have to jump off it? Oh, God. I've got eaten. One less serum. Yeah, you have to use serums to get past these things, didn't you? It's horrible. I think you just need to jump off when you get to the other end. Come on, jump. There we go, we're off. That's it, right, we're okay, into this section. So this is the bit where, basically, we have to jump up and down. Is it jump up and down? M? Yeah, it's M. One time you got an extra button on this. So basically we're... Oh, damn you. So we've got to kill these spiders by making them fall into the gaps and stamping on their heads. Basically Digger Dan. There's spider, see? And then we jump on his head. Boom, boom, boom. And he dies, and that's it. So Horace and the spider. Nasty spiders. Come on, spider. Come on, follow me. That's it. And jump on his head until he's gone. Boom. There we go. Oh, where you at, spider? Come on, spider. Come on. There's no timer on it, thankfully. I can't remember what I was talking about. I know I was talking about the PCW and other things, but I've completely forgotten. I've sort of sidetracked myself here with spider action. There we go. There we go. Thank you, spider. And then, so we do that, and then we get a longer run at the next bit, and you get a bonus serum if you finish it, as we do. Do. Now we've got to get up this. I always do that and land on me Horaces. Both of them. Missed both my legs. There we go. That's nasty. That spider was going to have me there, wasn't it? I can't believe I used a serum by landing on it. It must be a poisoned cliff face or something like that. There's a little moon in the top corner of the screen there. Alright. Oh, you landed on him, you idiot. No serums. Dangerous to go on. That's it. It's all over. I'm going to have another go. Pretty good, actually. There we go. Oh, it always gets confusing me when it goes so fast, that one. Yeah, this is definitely my second on the list. I'd say Hungry Horace being my first. And probably... Sorry, it'll always be a major love for me. I think that's the thing, isn't it? When it's your first game... especially on a machine that you really loved, I think it's always going to be you're always going to be a bit sort of jaded towards any other version of it. You know, if you got Horace Goes Skiing first, I think you'd be a Horace Goes Skiing person. I actually think these are procedurally generated. If you look at the way that they go through here, they seem to be. Yeah, I think these are procedural generated. I think I'm dead now. No, I'm not. Utterly amazing. Spiders repair them as they go along, which is fine. exactly what you'd expect a spider to do if it found a hole in its web. Oh dear, I've died. Watch out, one less serum. How many have I got left to kill now? Have I got 3? Or just the 2? Just the 2. Is he dead? Have I got him? Please tell me I got him. No, I didn't, because he's still alive. Oh god, I'm doing terribly here. Oh, fully Scottish there. I was doing terribly here. There we go. Yeah, you can stand around there mending all that. I'll stamp on your friend's head. There we go. Oh, it's landed right on him. One less serum, one left to go. Come on. You're all mine. Come on get me. Oh no, I can't get there. I've made too many holes. I've literally blocked myself off from getting to him. Come on, this way. That's it. That's going to be a drop. This should give me extra points. Watch this. Oh no, we've got to drop them through each one. I forgot that. Because they climb back out if you don't drop them on some surface. There we go, they're good. We're good to go. Right, 1 extra serum, bonus syrup. We'll give it a go. Syrup. Bonus syrup. It's the cough mixture that Horace uses. He likes a bit of syrup. It's a special syrup for he's had a bit of a sticky cough for the last 2 years. If you get the joke. Okay, I'm gonna see if there's anything else on this tape. I have a feeling there's not. I think we've super drawed our way out of things, and we've only got the few that are on here. Fingers crossed. You never know. There's a goodly collection of things, but I just want to get back into it with you. Say hello. Thanks for waiting for the extra week. I'm gonna try and be better with my sort of community sort of bits and pieces, so you guys know what's going on. Everybody knows what's going on, where I am, and what I'm up to, and what exciting things I've got. I'm gonna diversify and make sure that you get some more modern stuff as well, because some people like the modern stuff, some people like the retro stuff, and some people like both. So you may see a few sort of posts about some of my modern things as well. You're gonna see some of my Switch stuff. I do want to do more on my Switch, to be honest. That's one of my favourite collections after some of my other ones. I've got Nintendo DS. I'd really like some way to record the DS, but I can't find a way of breaking the device down. There used to be a company that modded 3DSs to run on the TV. So you could actually have them running on TV, thus recordable. You can't really get those because Nintendo did what Nintendo does, which is soothe them into the ever-loving heaven that is bankruptcy. So they did what they usually do, which is a shame, because at the end of the day, the 3DS and the DS now are dead systems from their point of view. I don't see them doing anything with it because they've gone to a single screen with the Switch. Unless they're planning another DS style model out in the future, I think that's the last time we're going to see that for a while anyway. Until somebody goes, "Wow, remember the days of the 3DS?" and then they're going to bring them back again. Because effectively, the dual screen was a great thing when they used to make little handheld LCD games. That was their big thing, wasn't it? That's what Nintendo did. They did those little LCD screens, and they were kind of cool. But yeah, they may disappear into the they may disappear permanently. Unfortunately, I think feeling this is going to be quite empty. I'm quite disappointed, actually, stressed away. I am quite disappointed. I have got something else in mind, though, because I don't want to end it there. It's too short a video. It's literally not going to be more than 50 minutes, that one. That's too short a video. We know we want more. You want more? I want more. Hang on. I tell you what I want to do is that I posted on Twitter about a game called. I'll post a picture of it from my collection. A game called Mountain Bike 500, and the question was whether or not Mountain Bike 500 represented something. And I said, what does the 500 mean? Why did they add the word 500? It's not like you get 500 brake horse for a mountain bike, is there? So I'm just gonna grab it. Hang on. Risking it there. I'm risking it there. Let's see whether or not we can roll it as 128k first. Let's have a little look at the manual. It's been a while since I've looked at the manual on one of these. I can't leave it there. I couldn't leave it there. Right, okay, let's have a look at the manual. Let's see what it says. Watch out for grass, slows you down. Rocks slow you down. Sharp hills, steep hills, aqueducts and log flume. Pictures of Dizzy inside and quick snacks and the other one that whatever the other one is, that's so not descriptive. You got pull wheelie, slow down, faster. Right, so it's very. Where's the instructions for loading? Aha! 128k users, just press enter. Ooh, might be 128k game. Let's give it a whirl. So yeah, basically it's Mountain Bike 500, and I posted it on, as I say, posted it on Twitter. And it was a game that looked, well, it's just part of my collection. It's just got guys flying around on the mountain bikes. But I was like, why is it called 500? So I'm going to time from when it starts loading to when it gets to the end, because I think, hang on, let's do the math. Let's do the mathematics. Let's find out how many seconds, how many minutes is 500 seconds. Minutes is. Oh, I'm just googling it because I can't even be bothered to work it out, because it'll do that for you, by the way. It's 8.5 minutes. So if this takes 8.5 minutes to load, that's probably why the 500 comes from. But I doubt it somehow. I doubt this is an 8.5 minute loader. It could be. You never know. Brace yourselves, all right? We could find ourselves in the middle of a massive loader of the whole thing. Don't know. Worth a try. We'll see what happens. So. Okay, I've not played this one before. This is the one thing I do regret about my Spectrum collection is I haven't played every game that I have in it. I am doing my best to try them all and pick them off the shelf and do it, but I do regret not having played every single one of them. I sometimes just go out and collect and I go, ooh, look at the lovely cover, and quite often it's cover art that kind of gets me to buy the game, and then I buy the game and then it goes on a lovely shelf, and I look at it and I go, oh, it's beautiful, I like that, doesn't that look nice? And then I don't actually play it for ages and ages and ages, and then when I finally do play it, I discover it's absolutely rubbish or absolutely brilliant, one of the two. But there we go, that's Mountain Bike Simulator, but it doesn't say 500 on it. I don't know why we needed the 500. Was that? I don't know what I want to say here. I suspect somebody changed the cover art because they were like Mountain Bike Simulator. No, Mountain Bike 500. No, maybe. Did they ever advertise computer games on TV back in the day? I don't remember seeing Spectrum games being advertised on the telly. Do you remember seeing Spectrum games getting advertised on the telly? I remember Spectrum's being advertised. I remember that, but I don't remember like Codemasters like doing a whole Dizzy's and the wizard Zack and all that kind of stuff. I don't really remember seeing any of that. Do you? Don't remember any of that. But anyway. What's the time now? Well, we've had about 3 minutes of load, so it's maybe 8.5 minutes. I don't know. It doesn't look like a tape that's big enough to be 8.5 minutes though, because if you take it about C15, of course, the C15's 7.5 minutes per side, so it's quite a large tape for 7.5 minutes, isn't it? So that's a C15, one with 7.5 each way. We got 120 the other season, didn't we? It was a number of weeks back now, but it was 120, C120. I'm not sure what the biggest one I've ever seen was. I think that's one of the biggest ones, the C120. I've seen C90s, I've seen 60s, I've seen C40s, 20s, 15s, and 12s. There was a 12. There was one that was 12. But I don't think I've ever seen anything bigger than the C120. But I actually feel that they could be out there. I think there could be a C180. I bet you if we looked it all up, there would be a 180-minute one. 3 hours of recording somewhere out there on a tape. For I doubt you'd want to put that in your Spectrum though. It would be grind like hell. I would expect, to be honest with you. This will be late in the day, this one, I would suspect, this Mountain Bike Simulator. I don't think it's one of the early games of the whole thing. It does look very much like Kickstart. Do you remember Kickstart? Kickstart 2? On the Specky? This Kickstart 2 was a brilliant game on the Spectrum. I loved that game. I was very, very keen on that one. And for a budget title, it's really good. But you can see, the thing is, I was bought universally loved and universally bought because there are blooming millions of copies out there. Absolutely millions. If you look at any post for sale or any bundle on eBay or anywhere, basically, you will find Kickstart 2 is literally prolific. It's there everywhere. It's like Make a Chip. You know, there are thousands and thousands of copies of Make a Chip. I mean, just absolutely thousands of them out there. I mean, in fact, millions, because they were sold as a bundle with a lot of early sort of Spectrum, so that the plus the ZX Spectrum Plus and the even the rubber key ones later on, they came bundled with it. Those 6 games, wasn't it? It was horoscope skiing. That's why there's hundreds of those, and that's also why I think a lot of people have a lot of affinity for horoscope skiing. But horoscope skiing, survival, Checkered Flag, great game as well, by the way. A lot of people have affinity with Checkered Flag. Obviously, Make a Chip. Oh god, what were the other 2 games? Oh no, I've forgotten them. Brain's gone completely blank. Was it one Tassimo Word 2? I might be wrong. Oh, what was it? I'm not going to Google it. It'll come to me. There was definitely, but those are the ones you always see, you know. Oh, Scrabble. Scrabble was in there, wasn't it? Scrabble was in there. That was another one of them. Scrabbles are everywhere. You find Scrabbles, survival, Make a Chip, horoscope skiing, Checkered Flag, and I can't remember what the other one is. It's really annoying me. It really annoys me that I can't remember what it is. Oh, we got some nice music. That's quite good. 4, define the keys. Speed up. Slow down. Wheelie, jump. There we go. 5 to start. So there's wheelie. Oh yes, it's the old. Oh, should I have wheelie? I should have jumped that, shouldn't I? Is that what that's what they're saying? Oh, it's going to take us right up the embankment. Oh, why should I have gone slowly over that? I feel like I'm missing something here. Am I meant to be jumping that, maybe? Oh! What am I doing? Wrong. I'm okay here so far. I'm hitting it too fast, I think. I've got to slow down. It's a bit ATV, isn't it? It's a very much kickstart. Oh, sugar. I tell you what, though. It wasn't an 8-minute load, so it's definitely not that. Definitely not that. So I'm meant to go like slowly over these. I don't know what I'm meant to do with that. I've got water there. It's like a water trap. Am I meant to? I can't wheelie through it. That doesn't make any sense. I've got no helmet on though. You crazy kid. Oh, whoa, that's a jump. We could just take off like a rampant beast in the air. Oh, well, I know the answer then. We're going a rampant beast. What the hell am I talking about? Seriously. Oh, rampant beast. Anyway, let's go for it. I've got it now. Peoples. I've got it now. So we could do super jumps. That's it. I needed wheelie and then jump, and I would have been over that. I would have taken off, and I would have been like Elliot taking that flying, like Elliot flying E.T. E.T. phone home with a less sarcasm, obviously. All right, let them bump over the rocks. It's okay. We're going over the rocks. Oh yeah. Oh sugar. What happened? Did I land on the rock or something like that below? I think I did. No, I didn't. Oh, I just landed at a funny angle. I'm alright going across it here. But I need to do that. Sugar! That's impossibly tough! Gotta jump it. It's actually quite good though. I quite like the graphics on it. It's quite nice. Better than I thought it was going to be. Oh yeah. We're jumping. We're jumping, peoples. Oh, we just dived into a rock, into a face of a rock there. And we're biking up here. Don't wheelie over the little rocks. They're deadly. Come on, put me on. Let me go. Oh, you got to wheelie up that, you idiot. That's what's going on. I've not wheelied up it. Have I got time? Come on. I'm going again. That's actually quite good. I quite like that. It's not bad. If that was my budget money, my pocket money, I would have been quite pleased with that one, I think. I think I'd have quite enjoyed that one. Right, okay, so here we go. Up here. There we go. You got to kind of push up and wheelie. No, don't wheelie on them. Doesn't like the wheelies up those. And he just tries to drive over them. There we go. We've got to wheelie up that bit. Oh, okay, I'll fine. I'll take that fall off there. Come on. Go, go, go. I'm doing alright, actually. I think, now, this time. Once you realise you've got to do a little wheelie to get over the top of this stuff, once you do the high wheelie, that's where you're at. You want to do a high one. Get a big one going. There we go. You're okay, but you've got to keep your speed up. And I fell off. I knew I was going to go over that little rock there. That's my own fault. That was my own fault. Come on. Time's really tight on this. Really tight indeed. Sugar, come on! Don't put me next to that. Put me somewhere else. Anywhere else. Go, go, go. Faster, faster, faster. Come on, come on, come on. I want to finish this first level. I really do. Come on! Oh, God. I bet that's the last final run as well. Come on, quick, quick. Get me back on the bike. Bet it's here. I think I finished. End of the level. Yeah! Bonus time. Literally a slither of time there on that one. No time at all. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Right, okay. Oh, good. Wheelie up it, you idiot. Go, go, go. That's harsh. That really is harsh. So it should be alright going across here. Look. Full tilt. Bum, 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 bum. Pull a wheelie. Jump. Pull a wheelie to get up that bankment. That's it. Go, go, go. This is harsh. This is one of the harshest games I've ever played for this kind of thing. Timing on it, I think, is crucial. I've hit that, and I knew I had to wheelie up it, funnily enough. Oh, that's pretty harsh, that one, actually, there. It's going to put me on these logs now. Oh, I can't even wheelie up them. Oh, I was trying to wheelie to go over the next one, but I can't. You can't even wheelie on it. So we need to go through there. Okay, full tilt. Full tilt. Over there. Sugar! That's hard. Oh, I quite like that. So I quite recommend it, by the way. If you find a copy of a mountain bike 500, like it's an Indy 500 or something like that, I would recommend it. I can highly recommend this. It's actually quite good fun. The fact that I've had a go at it and got through the first level, I'm quite liking it. I'm quite liking it. Time's over, but it was worth it. That was good. That was really good. That was an excellent way, and that was a good way to sort of end the first season. So, or first volume of season 15. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe, as I always ask, and then of course I'll also say please share. Any other Spectrum buddies out there want to look at something silly? Please spend a bit of time with me. Anyway, I've been your host, Real Genetic Demon. I'll see you soon. Bye bye now.